Most people's walking style is literally killing them faster. But this one weird adjustment could add a decade to your life. Want to know the most shocking thing about walking? It's basically a time machine that works backward. Every step you take today literally buys you more tomorrows. Scientists tracked over 100,000 people for decades, and what they found will blow your mind. People who walk regularly can add up to 11 extra years to their lives. Not 11 months. 11 years. That's enough time to watch your grandkids graduate college, travel the world twice, or finally finish that novel you've been putting off. Here's where it gets wild. For every single hour you spend walking, you gain back 6 hours of life. Think about that math for a second. Walk for 1 hour, get 6 back. That's a 600% return on investment that makes the stock market look like pocket change. But wait, there's more crazy science coming your way. Researchers discovered that your heart absolutely loves walking. When you walk regularly, your heart pumps stronger, your blood flows better, and your arteries stay flexible like garden hoses instead of turning into rusty pipes. Your brain gets in on the action too, staying sharper and more focused as you age. The flip side is pretty terrifying though. Sitting all day is basically slow-motion poison for your body. People who spend most of their time planted in chairs have significantly higher rates of heart disease, diabetes, and early death. Your body was designed to move, not to be furniture. Then there's the step-counting revolution that's taken over everyone's wrists. Scientists found a direct connection between daily steps and lifespan that's so strong it's almost scary. More steps equal more years, period. The research is crystal clear on this one. What makes this even more interesting is how walking affects everything else in your body. Your immune system gets stronger. Your bones stay dense. Your muscles maintain their strength. Even your sleep improves dramatically. Walking is like a master key that unlocks better health in practically every system your body runs. The most encouraging part? You don't need to become a marathon runner or gym fanatic to see these benefits. Regular walking at a comfortable pace delivers these life-extending results. No expensive equipment, no complicated routines, no monthly membership fees. Studies show that even people who start walking later in life still get massive benefits. Your body doesn't care if you're 30 or 70 when you begin. It responds to movement at any age with remarkable improvements in health and longevity. And here's something that might surprise you, Makel tips. The people who benefit most from adding walking aren't the already active folks. The biggest life extension happens when couch potatoes start moving. The jump from zero activity to some activity creates the most dramatic changes in lifespan. Your body keeps a precise accounting of every step you take, rewarding you with better health, more energy, and additional years of life. The question isn't whether walking works, Makel tips. The science proves it does. The real question is how much walking makes the biggest difference in your lifespan. We know walking can add years to your life, but here's the million-dollar question, exactly how much walking do you need to do? Well, researchers crunched the numbers, and the answer might surprise you. The sweet spot appears to be around 160 minutes of moderate walking every single day. That's roughly 2 hours and 40 minutes. Before you panic and think that sounds impossible, remember this isn't Olympic sprinting we're talking about. This is the kind of walking where you can still have a conversation without gasping for air. But here's where it gets really interesting. The people who benefit most from adding extra steps aren't the fitness fanatics already logging miles every morning. It's the couch potatoes. The folks who currently walk the least see the biggest jumps in life expectancy when they start moving more. Makes sense, right? Going from zero to something always creates the most dramatic change. Let's say you're someone who barely walks anywhere. Adding just 30 extra minutes to your day can create real measurable improvements in your health. That's less time than most people spend scrolling through social media before bed. And the weird part is, you don't even need to do it all at once. Those 30 minutes can be broken up throughout your day. Then there's the magic of small steps, literally. Research shows that even adding 1,000 extra steps to your daily routine can lower your risk of death. 1,000 steps sounds like a lot, but it's really just about a 10-minute walk around your neighborhood. That's shorter than most coffee runs. The scientists studying this stuff discovered something fascinating. There's no single magic number that works for everyone. Your body doesn't suddenly flip a switch at exactly 10,000 steps and decide to live longer. Instead, it's more like a sliding scale. More movement consistently equals more years added to your life. What really matters is movement momentum. The research shows that people who gradually increase their daily walking see benefits at every level. Whether you go from 2,000 steps to 3,000 or from 8,000 to 9,000, your body responds positively. It's like your cells are keeping score, and every extra step counts toward the final tally. Here's something that might blow your mind. The difference between highly active and barely active people isn't as massive as you'd think in terms of daily time investment. We're talking about choices like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, parking a bit farther from the store entrance, or walking to the mailbox instead of checking it from your car. The beauty of this research lies in its simplicity. You don't need expensive gym memberships, personal trainers, or complicated workout schedules. Your legs and a pair of decent shoes are pretty much all the equipment required, but knowing how many minutes to walk is just the beginning. The real eye-opener comes when you see exactly what those extra steps do to your death risk percentages. The numbers will make you want to lace up your sneakers right now. Here's something that'll blow your mind. Every single time you add 1,000 steps to your daily routine, you slash your risk of death by 22%. That's not a typo. 22%. We're talking about roughly 10 extra minutes of walking that could literally save your life. But wait, it gets weirder. The people who benefit most aren't the marathon runners or fitness fanatics. They're the couch potatoes who decide to get moving. If you're already walking 15,000 steps a day, adding another 1,000 helps, sure. But if you're currently shuffling around at 3,000 steps, those extra steps work like magic. The research team found something nobody expected. The least active group in their study was walking about 50 minutes per day total. That's including walking to the bathroom, the kitchen, and maybe to their car. These folks were basically professional sitters. When they started walking just 111 extra minutes daily, their life expectancy jumped by 11 years. 11 years, that's more time than most people spend in high school. Then there's the most active group. These walking champions were logging serious miles every day. Their reward? An average lifespan of nearly 84 years. Compare that to the barely moving crowd who were looking at around 73 years. The difference is massive. The math gets even more interesting when you dig deeper. Those extra 111 minutes don't have to happen all at once. Spread it throughout your day, and you're looking at maybe 15-20 extra minutes during lunch, another 20 after dinner, and boom, you're adding over a decade to your life. Makes that Netflix episode seem less important, right? Well, here's where it gets really fascinating. The benefits aren't linear. Going from zero walking to some walking creates a huge jump in life expectancy. But going from a lot of walking to even more walking, the gains get smaller. It's like your body has diminishing returns built into the system. Scientists tracked people for years to figure this out. They weren't just guessing or hoping. Real people, real steps, real results. The 22% reduction in death risk per 1,000 steps held true across different ages, weights, and health conditions. Whether you're 30 or 70, whether you're dealing with health issues or feeling great, those steps count the same way. And the weird part is how precise these numbers turned out to be. Not 20%, not 25%. Exactly 22% risk reduction. Your body apparently runs on some pretty exact math when it comes to movement and longevity. The people walking the least had the most dramatic improvements. Adding steps when you're sedentary is like compound interest for your health. Every step builds on the previous one, creating this snowball effect that keeps growing. But here's what nobody talks about. What actually happens inside your body when you hit these step targets. The numbers are impressive, but the real magic happens at the cellular level, and that's where things get truly wild. Walking doesn't just add years to your life, it transforms how those years feel. The physical benefits go way beyond simply living longer, creating a ripple effect that touches every corner of your health. Your heart becomes a powerhouse when you walk regularly. Research shows that people who walk briskly for just 30 minutes, 5 times a week, slash their risk of heart disease by 35%. That's not a small improvement, that's life-changing protection. Walking strengthens your heart muscle, making it pump more efficiently with less effort. Your blood pressure drops naturally, often eliminating the need for medication entirely. But here's where it gets interesting. Walking doesn't just protect your heart, it rebuilds your entire cardiovascular system from the ground up. Your blood vessels become more flexible, like replacing old rusty pipes with brand new ones. Blood flows easier, oxygen reaches every cell more effectively, and your stroke risk plummets by up to 27%. Then there's the weight control factor that nobody talks about, honestly. Walking burns calories, sure, but it does something sneakier. It changes how your body handles food throughout the entire day. A morning walk boosts your metabolism for hours afterward, turning your body into a more efficient calorie-burning machine even when you're sitting at your desk. Your muscles get stronger without you even realizing it. Not bodybuilder strong, but functionally strong. The kind of strength that helps you carry groceries, climb stairs without huffing, and maintain balance as you age. Walking works your legs, core, and even your arms when you swing them naturally. Your joints stay flexible and well lubricated, like keeping a door hinge oiled so it never squeaks. Sleep quality improves dramatically for regular walkers. People who walk daily fall asleep 15 minutes faster and sleep 45 minutes longer than those who don't. Makes sense, right? Your body craves rest after movement, and walking provides just enough physical tiredness without overstimulation. The diabetes protection is remarkable. Walking after meals helps control blood sugar spikes, and regular walkers reduce their type 2 diabetes risk by 40%. Your body becomes better at using insulin, processing sugar more efficiently throughout the day. Cancer risk drops across multiple types when you walk consistently. Breast cancer risk decreases by 25%, colon cancer by 30%. Scientists believe walking boosts immune system function while reducing inflammation. Your body's internal troublemakers, well, the pain relief aspect surprises most people. Walking releases natural endorphins that act like built-in painkillers. People with arthritis often experience less joint pain after establishing a walking routine. The gentle movement keeps joints mobile while strengthening supporting muscles. Your bones get denser with each step. Walking is weight-bearing exercise that signals your bones to stay strong and rebuild constantly. Osteoporosis risk drops significantly for regular walkers, especially important as we age. But physical health only tells half the story. While your body transforms with each step, something equally powerful happens inside your mind that most people completely overlook. Your brain absolutely loves it when you walk. Not just a little bit, it goes completely wild for it. Scientists have discovered that regular walking literally rewires your brain, making you sharper, happier, and more focused than people who spend their days glued to chairs. Here's what happens inside your head during a simple walk. Blood flow to your brain increases by up to 15%. That's like giving your brain a power boost every single time you step outside. More blood means more oxygen, and more oxygen means your brain cells work better, way better. But the real magic starts with something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Sounds fancy, right? Think of it as fertilizer for your brain. Walking triggers your body to produce more BDNF, which helps grow new brain cells and strengthens the connections between them. People who walk regularly have bigger hippocampuses. That's the part of your brain responsible for memory. Bigger hippocampus, better memory. Simple math. Then there's the mood transformation. Walking releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, your brain's natural happiness chemicals. It's like having a pharmacy in your feet. Studies show that just 30 minutes of walking can reduce symptoms of depression by 36%. That's better than some medications, and the only side effect is stronger legs. Anxiety doesn't stand a chance either. Walking outside drops cortisol levels, your stress hormone, by an average of 23%. Your nervous system literally calms down with each step. Those racing thoughts, they slow down. That tight feeling in your chest, it loosens up. Walking is basically meditation in motion, except you don't have to sit still and pretend you're not thinking about your grocery list. Let's not forget what walking does for your focus. Office workers who take walking breaks score 23% higher on concentration tests compared to those who stay at their desks. Your attention span gets stronger, like a muscle that's been worked out. Makes sense when you consider that sitting all day literally shrinks the parts of your brain responsible for forming new memories. And here's something that might surprise you: walking backward for just 10 minutes can improve your memory recall by 40%. Scientists think it has something to do with your brain working harder to process unfamiliar movement patterns. Don't try this on busy sidewalks, though. The teenage brain gets special benefits too. Adolescents who walk regularly show 15% better performance on tests and have lower rates of depression and anxiety disorders. Their developing brains seem to crave that extra blood flow and chemical boost that walking provides. Well, outdoor walking takes things even further. Being in nature while walking, what researchers call green exercise, reduces rumination by 90%. That's when your brain gets stuck replaying negative thoughts over and over. Trees and fresh air seem to hit some kind of reset button in your mind. But knowing all these incredible brain benefits means nothing if you can't figure out how to actually make walking a regular part of your life. That's where most people get stuck, and that's exactly what we need to tackle next. Most people know walking is good for them. But here's the problem. Knowing and doing are two completely different things. Your brain might be convinced, but your couch is incredibly persuasive. The good news? Building a walking habit doesn't require superhuman willpower or expensive equipment. Start ridiculously small. 10 minutes feels laughable, right? That's exactly the point. Your goal isn't to impress anyone on day one, it's to trick your brain into thinking walking is no big deal. After a week of 10-minute strolls, your body starts expecting them. Then bump it up to 15 minutes. Makes sense, right? The secret weapon most successful walkers use isn't motivation, it's tracking. Download a step counter app or grab a basic fitness watch. Numbers don't lie, and seeing those daily steps pile up becomes oddly addictive. Plus, you'll discover something interesting. Your lazy days might still hit 3,000 steps, while your active days surprise you at 8,000. Then there's the stealth approach. Park at the far end of the lot. Take stairs instead of elevators. Walk to a coworker's desk rather than sending another email. These micro walks barely register as exercise, but they stack up fast. Some people add 2,000 extra steps daily just by making these tiny swaps. But here's where it gets really smart. Recruit your people. Walking alone works fine, but walking with friends or family creates social pressure in the best way. When Sarah texts asking if you're ready for your evening walk, backing out becomes much harder. Accountability partners don't just keep you honest. They make the whole thing more fun. Well, what about rewards? Not the kind that sabotage your progress, like celebrating a good walk with a giant milkshake. Think movie tickets after a solid week or new walking shoes after a month of consistency. Your brain loves earning things, so give it something to work toward. Weather will try to derail you. Rain, snow, blazing heat, they're all perfectly valid excuses that can stretch into months of inactivity. Smart walkers have backup plans. Mall walking exists for a reason. Treadmills work when the outdoors doesn't cooperate. Even marching in place while watching TV beats sitting motionless. And the weird part is how quickly your body adapts. Week 1 might leave you slightly winded. Week 3 has you looking for longer routes. Your legs get stronger, your breathing improves, and suddenly those stairs don't feel like Mount Everest anymore. Morning walkers swear by their routine, claiming it energizes their entire day. Evening walkers use their stroll to decompress and transition from work mode. Lunch break walkers escape office stress and return refreshed. The timing matters less than the consistency. The biggest mistake? Going too hard too fast. Enthusiasm is great, but burnout is real. Your body needs time to adjust, and your schedule needs time to accommodate this new habit. Sustainable beats spectacular every single time. Once you've mastered the art of consistent daily walking, you'll probably wonder if all walking is created equal. Spoiler alert, it's not. Not all walking is created equal. While any movement beats sitting on your couch binge-watching another series, the way you walk can dramatically change how many extra years you're adding to your life. Your pace matters more than you might think. When researchers tracked thousands of walkers, they discovered something fascinating. People who walked briskly lived significantly longer than those who strolled leisurely. The sweet spot, walking fast enough that you can still talk, but you'd rather save your breath for walking. That's when your heart starts pumping harder. Your muscles work more efficiently, and the real magic happens. But here's the thing that surprises most people, even slow walking beats no walking by a landslide. Those gentle morning strolls around your neighborhood, they're still adding precious time to your life. The difference between sitting and slow walking is massive. The jump from slow to brisk walking, that's just bonus years on top. Let's talk about what brisk actually means, because everyone seems confused about this. You don't need to power walk like those people at the mall who look like they're in a hurry to catch a train. Brisk simply means walking like you have somewhere to be. Most people naturally walk about 2 miles per hour when they're wandering aimlessly. Bump that up to 3 or 3.5 miles per hour, and you've hit the brisk zone. Easy enough, right? Then there's the question everyone asks, does where you walk make a difference? Well, science has some interesting answers. Walking in nature, parks, trails, even tree-lined streets seems to offer extra mental health benefits compared to walking on busy city sidewalks. Your stress hormones drop more, your mood lifts higher, and your brain gets a bigger boost. Something about green spaces just hits different. The weird part is that changing your route regularly might be almost as important as how fast you walk. Your brain loves novelty. When you take the same path every day, your mind goes on autopilot. Switch it up, and suddenly you're more alert, more engaged, and getting more mental stimulation from the same time investment. And if you're one of those crazy busy people who can't find 30 straight minutes to walk, breaking it up works too. 3 10-minute walks spread throughout your day can be just as effective as one long walk. Your heart doesn't care if you walked for 30 minutes straight or took 3 separate trips around the block. The benefits add up either way. Here's what most walking advice gets wrong. They make it sound complicated. Walk however feels good to you, just make sure you're moving with some purpose. Whether that's a gentle evening stroll or a brisk morning march depends on your body, your schedule, and your goals. The key is consistency over perfection. A moderate pace you can maintain daily beats, an intense pace you can only handle twice a week. Your body adapts to what you do regularly, not what you do occasionally. But walking style is just one piece of the puzzle. What happens when your daily walks start influencing everyone around you? When you decide to walk more, something amazing happens beyond your own body. Your neighborhood gets healthier too. Research shows that areas with more walkers have lower crime rates, cleaner air, and stronger social bonds between neighbors. Makes sense, right? People walking around naturally keep an eye on things, and they bump into each other more often. Your daily steps are actually fighting climate change. Every mile you walk instead of drive prevents about 1 pound of carbon dioxide from entering the atmosphere. That might not sound like much, but if just 10% of short car trips became walks, we'd cut transportation emissions by millions of tons annually. The weird part is that most car trips are under 2 miles anyway, perfect walking distance. Cities worldwide are catching on to this walking revolution. Copenhagen redesigned their streets and saw walking increase by 20% in 5 years. Their residents now live an average of 2 years longer than before the changes. Barcelona created superblocks where cars can't go, and emergency room visits dropped by 21%. These aren't coincidences. Then there's the ripple effect of your personal walking habit. Studies tracking social behaviors found that when one person in a friend group starts walking regularly, others increase their activity by 25% within 6 months. Your evening stroll might inspire your neighbor to park farther from the grocery store. That neighbor influences their coworker to take lunch walks. Before long, you've started a mini health movement without even trying. Local economies benefit too. Walkable neighborhoods see 40% more foot traffic to small businesses compared to car-dependent areas. Restaurant owners in pedestrian-friendly zones report 30% higher profits. When people walk, they notice things they'd miss from a car window. They discover new shops, meet business owners, and spend money locally instead of driving to distant strip malls. Let's not forget the mental health boost for entire communities. Areas with more sidewalks and walking paths report lower rates of depression and anxiety among residents. Social isolation drops significantly when people encounter each other during daily walks. Those brief good morning exchanges with strangers, they release the same feel-good hormones as longer conversations. But here's where it gets really interesting. Cities that invest in walking infrastructure see property values rise by an average of 15%. Your walking habit literally makes your neighborhood more valuable. Meanwhile, healthcare costs in those areas drop by billions of dollars annually because residents develop fewer chronic diseases. Emergency rooms in walkable cities treat 35% fewer heart attacks and strokes. Diabetes rates plummet. Even air quality improves measurably when more people choose feet over fuel. Children in these neighborhoods have lower asthma rates and better test scores, probably because they're breathing cleaner air and getting more physical activity. The domino effect never stops. Urban planners now use walkability scores to design future developments. Your simple decision to walk more contributes to data showing city leaders that people want pedestrian-friendly spaces. Every step you take votes for a healthier world. Walking transforms you, your neighbors, your city, and ultimately the planet. Those extra years you're adding to your life, you're helping add them to everyone else's too.